how much do you hate Papa Dan?
I don't think we have enough time in the world for me to explain how much I hate that tall, just Yeezy wearing, stupid. I don't even know how to explain him. He just walks around like he just is entitled. He just owns the place. He can talk to whoever he wants, and I'm sick of him.
So I take it you don't like him.
No, I love him. We're best friends.
Lulu, how about you?
What's the question? I didn't hear.
How much do you not like Papa Dan? Or do you?
I love Papa Dan. So cutesy.
Very.
Okay.
See? I hate him.
It's Izzy Moreno here. I am so excited to finally announce that I'm going to be at the big event on November 15th. I'm going to be signing at DNS Wrestling Collectibles. I'll be making so many new BFFs. I'll have all of my merchandise, taking pictures, and as always, handing out the iconic Izzy Moreno friendship bracelets. I cannot wait to meet you guys, so I will see you guys on November 15th.
I'm hanging out with Abaddon, who just went through hell, really, in a casket with Amity LaVey. What are your thoughts on the match?
What are my thoughts? She's a tough son of a bitch, I will say that. But she didn't kill me. She needs to try a little bit harder next time. Really sink those skewers in, you know what I mean? A little deeper than this little flesh wound that she gave me. But that casket closing on her was music to my ears. I told you I was gonna bury her. And then little Miss Martinez wants to put her nose in my business. She want to mess with me? I'll give her everything I got.
All right, thank you, Abaddon, for a moment of your time.
Yo, they call me Dank, the lyrical titan. Stepping in the ring, spitting fire, igniting. From the square circle to the booth, I'm dominant. Unbreakable spirit, call me the king, I'm prominent. Beyond the barricade, the podcast bumping. Real talk, no gimmicks, ain't no time for slumping. Grinding day and night, always something to prove. Elevating the game, that's the Dank move. Mic check 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining. Resolute, run deep, instilled the fight. Never back down, always standing upright. In the ring or on the track, same intensity. Delivering knockout blows lyrically. 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Dank, and today we have a very special episode as we have our next Owners Summit, Part A. There's going to be another summit tomorrow. We had so many owners from across the United States joining us that we had to split into 2 parts. But anyway, let's bring on the owners. First up, Tim Hansen, SCW owner. Hi, Tim.
Hey, bud. How are you?
Good. We got the co-owner right there, the Rob Father, TNR Wrestling.
What's up, Papa Dink?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, sir.
We got Logan Light, WFG owner. What's up? Were you guys going to?
How's it going, Papa Dink?
I'm good. Mr. Joe Kazana, who's doing everything by the book nowadays. Joe Kazana Productions over there.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, brother? And EPW owner Neil Taylor joining me as well. Hi, Neil.
Hello. How is everybody doing?
All right. Well, let's kick it off. We'll start off with Tim. You're going to introduce yourself, your company, and how many years you've been around.
I've been around for 32 years, I guess, in the business, born into it. We started Southern Championship Wrestling back up. We closed down for about 12 years because I retired.
Sure.
Yeah, as you guys know.
Awesome. Where you located? I don't think he heard me. Tim, where you
I
located?
didn't hear you. Batesville, Arkansas.
Baseball. Okay. Mr. Rob Father, tell us about yourself, sir.
Hi, I'm the Rob Father, co-owner of TNR Championship Wrestling. We've been running for 5 years, located out of Leachville, Arkansas.
Okay, awesome. Mr. Neil Taylor.
Hey, Neil Taylor here, promoter of EPW Wrestling. EPW itself's been around since 2005, I believe, and I came on board as promoter in 2018. This month in 2018, as a matter of fact, so 7 years ago.
Awesome. Mr. Joe Kazana by the book.
41 years in the business. I was born into it as well. But you might as well say 59 years in the business then since I was born into it. I own NWA Joe Kazana Promotions. I am a National Wrestling Alliance territory. My boss is William Patrick Corrigan. I'm also an on-screen personality with the NWA, and I hate the slime balls.
Whoa! What do you mean you hate the slime balls?
I hate the slime balls.
Oh my gosh. It's not nice,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, well, if you would have been with us at Black Harvest, you would understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, you'll fill me in later. And Logan Light.
My name is Logan Light. I've been in the business for 3 years as a professional wrestler. This is my first year as a promoter with Wrestling for Glory with my co-owner above me, Rob Father. We are located in Searcy, Arkansas. That is our home base, and I am glad to be here as a first-timer in the Owner Summit.
That's awesome. Welcome aboard. All right. Man, I can't believe you don't like the slime balls, Joe. What's going on?
But did I not tell you at 77 that I hated the slime balls?
You did kind of mention it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Don't look like Serena's a fan of the slime balls either.
Really? Oh, yeah, you're right. Don't worry, I'm not a fan of the slime balls either, says Serena.
See, exactly. See, nobody likes the slime balls except for you. You're the only one that likes the slime balls. If you would have seen the way they came dressed to Black Harvest the other night,
I saw the picture.
And this is being in character. You would understand exactly why they're the worst, most god awful tag team that my boys could ever face. Hate them.
They're doing it by the balls, they said.
Have you seen that book?
I don't want to see that book.
You ought to see the chaps and the hats they wore.
Oh my God! All right.
Listen, I'll BS aside. Tommy and Sage got down on the ground, and we had some rain. They literally took their white hats and just rubbed them in the mud, and then they painted the slime on the top of the hats, and they're they look like the cow from Chick-fil-A with their chaps on. So it was pretty funny. Y'all, tell them to send you the picture. We've got pictures.
Yeah, you gotta send me this stuff. All right. Serena says, I know everyone like the slime balls in the company. Ask Neil. He had Justin Klein.
Oh my Lord. Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth? All right. Let's start with Tim. What obstacles are you facing this holiday season to increase your ticket sales?
I don't know yet. We're just now starting back.
That's not a good
so far,
sign.
everything's been. Yeah, so far, actually, everything's been pretty good for us. We've all of our shows since we've came back successful. So time's going to tell on that one. We're going to have a Thanksgiving show. A couple days after Thanksgiving. So we hope it goes well. I think it would.
All right, Rob Father.
So of course, the holidays is the hardest thing of ever. To run a show. Like Tim said, we got one right after Thanksgiving. I got one right before Thanksgiving. The hardest thing is you got family visiting with family. Hopefully you can get that family to come to your show. So just get out and promote. Hang up flyers, talk to people. The best you can do to get people in the building.
Neil?
Run a show right in the middle of it. That's what we do. So we actually do a old school Christmas night show at EPW every year. We call it Christmas Carnage. We run literally December 25th. We rerun that night, and it's actually really successful for us. Of course, if you go back in the history books, that was some of the biggest drawing dates for the Crockett's. Back when they would run Christmas night, Thanksgiving night, and it was two of the biggest drawing nights. Matter of fact, I think Starcade was actually founded on Christmas night, as a matter of fact. So we're kind of stealing something from that and running Christmas night. It's been successful for us. Other than that, of course, we do our toy drive first part of December. We just kind of we pull back the reins. Usually after about the second week of November, we kind of pull back the reins on the amount of shows we do, and the only thing you can be is just try to be as strategic as possible. Try not to run too much because everybody's trying to buy Christmas presents and all that type thing. So you just I don't know. Everybody knows what their market is, I guess, and we know what ours is, and just kind of what works. So I guess that's an answer.
Okay, Joe.
Well, we postponed our October show. The venue, the stage manager actually left and went to work at the Coliseum. So that was bad, but we've rescheduled it for November. It's going to be a Wednesday night show. So it'll be the first Wednesday night show I've done in probably 20 years. It should do okay. I mean, it's going to be at the Cotton Eye Joe in Knoxville. So, it's a bot show, so it'll be fine. And like you said earlier, just a second ago, Christmas night was always big for my granddad, and I have worked on a Starcade on Christmas night, so it was big. But Christmas night, Thanksgiving Day, two of the biggest wrestling days. I mean, back when I was younger, I mean, everybody rolled the sidewalks up. Now you can do anything you want to on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day, and it's no big deal. Everything's open, but people still need entertainment. So on Christmas Day, especially, hey man, you're doing good. But as far as obstacles for the holidays, I mean, we got 5 or 6 shows coming up over the next couple of months, and that doesn't even include WrestleCade. So I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on.
All right. Logan?
For us, we had a show planned for October, and we had a show planned for the beginning of December. Unfortunately, we've had to postpone those due to just restrictions finding an affordable venue here in Searcy. So we're kind of not sure on how the holidays impact Wrestling for Glory just yet. So, it's kind of to be determined on that. But listening to everyone here, I'm trying to soak in as much knowledge as I can on how to navigate it when we are able to run during the holiday season.
Okay. Here's a great comment. That's why you buy tickets as holiday gift. It's the gift that keeps on slamming.
Thank you, Rebecca. That's our announcer right there.
That's your announcer?
Yes, that's our announcer.
Awesome.
No, that should go on your poster.
Yeah.
That should go on your poster. All right.
You heard that, Rebecca. She also does my posters.
She does your posters too? Yeah. What else does Rebecca do for you?
Hey, she does a lot. Can't say nothing about her, man. She's good for the business. So.
All right. Which talent has surprised you the most who has stepped up for your company? Tim Hansen.
The women.
The women.
The women that we have. Man, it's unbelievable. Our ladies, they're awesome. It's and it takes me back. It reminds me of old school. When I was young, watching Dad. I mean, I'm talking about even before I actually started. And I love it. It's they tell their stories. They get you involved, get you in it. You're buying into it pretty quick. I'm proud of them.
Okay. Rob Father?
Well, Tim, you kind of took what I was going to say, so I'm going to say something else. somebody that's really stepped up big for TNR right now. As everybody know, on screen, I used to be the worst person in the world. I used to be the biggest heel in the yard. That has now changed. The guy below me sitting down there, Mr. Logan Light, used to be the biggest baby face around. Guess what? He's changed the role. So I'll say right now, Logan is probably the guy that's really stepped up big for us right now. That's hard to do.
Thank you, Rob. I do appreciate that.
All right, Neil.
I think I missed part of the question. Was it town or talent?
Talent. Which talent has stepped up for you? Yes.
Man, I hate to single anybody out, man. We have such a talent packed, such a talented roster. Marco Harris is definitely one of our standouts. I feel like, man, he is just incredibly talented. Nails it in every situation you put him in. Joe, I think he's actually worked for you a couple of times. I know AJ's real high on him. Tag team The Initiative, Trace Hunt and Jason Genesis are incredibly talented. They've worked OVW a few dates for OVW. Maddie the American Baddie, who is currently on their full-time roster, works for us. She's our current women's division champion. Man, just incredible group of people we have. It's hard to single out. It's hard to single out just one. Wonder Boy, our very own superhero, Wonder Boy, is incredible. And man, just we really do. It's hard to narrow it down. We have a really, really talented locker room.
Yeah, that's right. AJ does wrestle there as well, 100%.
Yeah. We've had the Kazanas down before.
You've not had this one down.
Well,
Papa Joe.
I mean,
Joe, you're the only one missing.
I mean, come on. I mean,
we're going to load you and your book up and come on.
Listen, I destroyed the third book this past Saturday night. So now I'm on book number 4.
Oh my goodness!
Oh man,
yeah.
Joe, your turn, Joe.
Oh yeah.
Who surprised you the most?
Honestly, I mean, I've got the best roster in the world. I when you can handpick, certain talents from, the NWA, I mean, you're very, very lucky. I mean, Carson Drake is always, there. The gents are, the gents are, I can't say enough about, the kids. I know they're my sons, but, as a wrestler, former wrestler, and, how I know talent, they've stepped up. KC stepped up big time. I mean, he has shed probably about 23, 24 pounds in the last, 25 days. I mean, he's shredding, but Carson, of course, Silas Mason, how big he stepped up. He's incredible. He and AJ handle the booking, on my show. So they do a good job. And like I said, Silas has stepped up more so office wise than, I mean, he's always been talented, but office wise, he stepped up. But Carson, like I said, the gents, Alex Taylor is incredible. It's just, I'm like you, I have a hard time singling people out. Kylie Page is our women's champion and has been for going on 2 years.
Wow.
Honestly, I've had some of the best, like you were saying a minute ago, I had some of the, I think Tim was saying, I mean, I had some of the best women wrestlers, from Kylie to I've had Freya the Slayer, Dream Girl Ellie. I mean, it's just, I've had a who's who come through these locker rooms, but right now, Carson Drake's doing well. The JV team is coming on like you wouldn't believe, man. Jack Vaughn and Dalton McKenzie are doing great. They're doing good stuff. So all in all, man, I can't complain about anybody on the roster. Even the, some of the like, I guess I'll say younger ones. Magic Jake. I know Magic Jake Dumas, but he's come, he's really helped out a lot with us. He's taken a couple of the younger kids under his wing, and we kind of put a faction together with him. So Magic Jake is really stepping up. for us. So, like I said, all in all, I got a great locker room, very talented, bunch of guys and gals. So I have no complaints.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. All right, Mr. Logan Lights.
So going off of our first show, I can't really highlight. Well, there's too many to highlight, honestly. I know two of them are the two men above me, Mr. Tim Hansen and Rob Father, for helping me put on and promote the show. They are definitely two standouts for Wrestling for Glory and helping us with the main event and just getting the card together. Others such as Daddy Shane, Carib Lee, Talon KD, there's just everyone that was able to, that showed up and showed out at the first show. Cody Cole, Triple J, they gave an amazing performance that night, for our first show, and all of them deserve, in my head at least, to be acknowledged for what they were willing to do for a debut show, and I can't thank them enough for it.
Awesome. Thank you, Logan. We're going to take Erica's question here. How does media presence help promote the shows? We'll start with you, Tim.
Do what now? I'm sorry, I just got a text message from the office.
It's okay.
What'd you say?
How does media presence help promote the shows? We'll start with Tim and work our way around.
It's everything. I mean, anytime you can get out there, anytime which it's different now than it used to be. Social media is new to me, and promoting back in the day, we did everything strictly through radio and TV. But now you've got so many different options at the tip of your fingers. So, I mean, it's huge. It's free. You're crazy if you don't use it. And it helps. It helps a lot.
Okay. Rob Father?
If you didn't have media today, I don't believe you could get your stuff out like you did back in the old days, because TV costs so much. Radio costs so much now. It costs so much, and so you got this free media stuff called Facebook, as we're on today, So it means a lot to us at TNR, because that's how we get a lot of our stuff out across to people, And like Miss Erica said there, she is one of our photographers and our video auditor that takes care of everything, and she puts it all out there for us. So can't thank her enough. But yes, without it, I think we would not be doing what we're doing today.
Okay. Neil, but before you answer, Neil, you got a fan in the group. Dorian Vane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, our current EPW champion, Dorian Vane.
He wants a pay raise.
Yeah, he probably does.
Hey, Dorian's a good dude, man.
He really is, and he's extremely talented. We've he had a hell of a match with Tom Latimer, the NWA World Champion, back in April, and he had a really good match with Heath Slater a few months back. And
what was the outcome of that match, by the way?
Dorian came out on top against Heath Slater, but he did get the L when it came to Tom Latimer. But I'm gonna tell you what, he took Tom to the limit. And those are Tom's words, not mine.
Yeah, he's a hell of a champion.
He's a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
But as far as back to your question, man, if there's no media, there's no show. That's just all there is to it. Whatever medium that is, and I've heard, different people say different things so far on here, they're new to social media or what have you. I think that, every piece of media is vital these days, especially, I know of some of the shows of the guys in the group, and just kind of based on where you're at, is what you use. If you're in a extremely populated area, you have to use social media and try to use some, maybe some television ads, possibly. If you're out in a rural area, you go right back to putting those posters up. So we do a little bit of all of it. It's just kind of based on where we're at. Most of the towns we run are anywhere from 20 to 30,000 population. So we normally kind of cater more to our own television product, because we have our own television show that's on several different markets here in the South. We market to it, but we do a lot of social media. And then we ran Ripley, Mississippi last weekend which is very small town, probably 2,500 people, and we were out hanging those posters and putting out those yard signs and all that good stuff. So I think, media in general is the lifeblood. I mean, if you have no media, you don't have a show. That's all there is to it. But I think the challenge is to figure out what piece of media works for you in the market that you're trying to run. I think that's the ultimate question.
Okay. Joe.
That's a good answer. I mean, he's right. It just depends on where you're located. I mean, you go to Knoxville, you use television, radio. You come to, where I am down here in Decatur, Tennessee, you use posters and social media and things like that. As far as when I do go to the bigger cities, we've got a good outlet in Knoxville. We're now on Channel 6 out of Knoxville, WATE TV 6, and of course my YouTube stuff's out there. But we work with the Sports Animal as well in Knoxville, and they're the biggest sports radio show in that market, and KFW uses them as well. So I mean, it just depends on where you are. I mean, you go to the bigger cities, you better have radio. You're not going to cover the big cities with posters. I mean, you could go into a store or whatever in Knoxville and ask to put a poster up, and they're going to tell you no. You go to the same store in down here. Oh yeah, man, go ahead and put it up in the window. No big deal. So I mean, it just depends on where you are, but you gotta have that radio / television presence when you go to a bigger market.
That's right.
There's no two ways around it. I mean, could you imagine us being in Atlanta next week and using nothing but posters?
Yeah.
We're using our television program. We're using the local media down there. To do that. So yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of it depends on where you are.
Okay, awesome, Mr. Logan Light.
Honestly, every person has given a great answer, and I have to agree with everyone here. It really depends on where you're at. For Cersei here, I know it's a combination of flyers and social media. I know the Facebook has several groups for Cersei itself, which are like 20,000 people in it, if not more. So whenever I'm trying to advertise for our shows here, I put the flyer in there, try to post as much as possible in that Facebook group, so a lot of eyes see it. But I also try to encourage, let's put flyers in surrounding towns like Jetsonia, like Kensett, Bald Knob, Beebe, Desark, and I know with Tim and Rob, I help them with flyers up in their area as much as I can, or promoting it here on Facebook for people that aren't in the area. So that way we can get as many eyes on the product as possible. Of course, Erica helps all three of us with our YouTube and getting photos done for our promotional photos, which helps draw interest. And then you can watch the shows back on YouTube thanks to her. So like the show doesn't exist, like everyone has said so far, the show really does not exist without media in some sort of form or fashion.
Okay. All right, next question. We'll start with Tim. The biggest frustration you have with talent?
Wow.
Just one?
I saw Bob Evans post this, so I figure I use this question.
This just turned into a mini series.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think we got on that.
We'll start with Tim.
My biggest frustration. Okay, things are a lot different now than they used to be. I have to remind the talent that we're not playing checkers. What we do, there is some physicality to it, and let's try not to be babies. Grow up, handle your business. That's my biggest thing. Is
okay.
Don't be a crybaby.
Don't be a crybaby. Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice here.
It is a loaded question.
Yeah,
Rob Father.
You're right. That's $1 million question right there. I mean, good Lord. I mean, there's several things that could kick you off, but I'm kind of like Tim. We're all grown adults, except for my daughter, which is in the comments 1,000 million times over here. She'd be the only kid in the room, but just, show up on time, be late. That's my biggest pet peeve is when people tell you they're going to be there at a certain time and then cough, sometimes they don't show up till 45 minutes later, or they don't call you and tell you they're not coming at all. I hate a no call, no show, worse than I hate anything. That's just one of my pet peeves.
Okay. Neil?
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but just that being on time, being prompt, that's just a pet peeve personally. I can't stand being late, although I'm normally late half the time as I was for joining this podcast. But just being prompt, good attitude. I guess just to kind of throw this in there, one of my pet peeves, and I know that everybody in the room has heard this. When you first get to a show and a talent comes up, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm tired. I hate when people do that. It's like, okay, so why should I put you in the ring if you're tired and you're not, you're not able to perform? I hate that. But anyway, that's just a weird thing for me. But anyway, but just being prompt, being on time, being ready to go. Acting professional, being the part, and like everybody else has said, just being there in general, calling out day before the show, day of the show, stuff like that. And luckily, with our dressing room, we don't have a lot of that. We don't have to deal with a lot of that, but we definitely have in the past. But just the biggest thing is just being prompt with me, being on time.
Okay. Joe?
How long we got? I think I'll be honest. I think that for each year that I promote, I think it always changes. There's always something else that pisses me off. And at this point in the ball game, I mean, the showing up on time and whatever. Yeah. I get it. Whatever. If they got to work, they got to work. If they show up because they're always late, then whatever. Just don't come close to me, and we won't have any problems. But I think the biggest thing for me now in this day and age is, since we do depend on media and social media and things like that, are the talent cutting promos for the show. When you have a talent that you're trying to push and they're basically just showing up and going through the motions in the ring, and that kind of stuff, that just chaps my ass every time I turn around. It's like if you've got a champion, even if it's a secondary champion, like our Tennessee stud champion, our championship. I mean, you ask them to cut a promo for the show, and they just blow you off, and they don't do anything. It chaps me. And like I said, next year it'll probably be something else. But this year it's been that, because like I said, we depend on social media. We depend on on these kids getting out there and pushing the product. Like I said, especially if they're a champion. I mean, Carson Drake he pushed the championships. He pushed Joe Kazana Promotions every opportunity he gets. And he is as busy as I am or any of the other guys, I mean, that I work with. I mean, he's a super busy guy, and he takes time out of his day to do that. And, that's my biggest pet peeve at this point is, if the promoter asks you to cut a promo, take 2 minutes out of your day, figure out what you're going to say, cut a 40-second promo, send it in, put it on Facebook, and shut the hell up.
Right.
And just do it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Just me.
And if anybody's looking to hire Carson Drake, reach out to him. He's a great heel.
I'm gonna tell you something. Carson is incredible.
He really is.
He's really, really good.
Really good. Just like the slime balls, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't really hate the slime balls. I really like Tommy and Sage. They've come a long way in such a short amount of time. I remember we were the first team they worked in the NWA when they got there.
I remember.
And I'll never forget, Homicide asking Tommy to take a backdrop, and Tommy said no. And I thought, you dumbass. You're just, it's bad enough not to do it, but now you're telling Homicide you're not going to do it.
Right.
But that was then. This is now, and the Slime Balls they've really come a long way, and they're honestly really good dudes.
Joe, you see how good we rub off in you in 35 minutes? You went from hating them to you like them now. Man, we rub off in you pretty good.
I'm out of character. I'm just plain old Joe now. I'm out of character. I'm not by the book at this point.
There you go.
Hell, I don't have the book. It's gone.
It's gone. Logan?
For me, it's a lot of what everyone has said. Show up on time. Don't no call, no show. Get your promos in. A few for me is don't go off script. I've had issues with talent going off script before. I used to book for a much smaller wrestling promotion before I started wrestling for Glory, and I had one talent that habitually went off script, would promise things to the fans that I struggled to deliver on. Being who I am, I feel like, if we tell the fans something that, hey, we're going to get this is just an example, we're going to get someone bigger than one of our characters, the Juggernaut Carib Lee, who's a big man. Now I feel like I have to deliver on that, and I have to go out and find that. And it gets frustrating when you keep promising or keep telling the fans things that you have to deliver on that. You can't just I do believe that the fans may not remember everything, but sometimes the fans can. I've seen it happen. So that's one of my biggest peeves is when you go off script. I try to let my talent have freedom with what they say, but don't over deliver and don't over promise something that that me and Rob have to struggle to deliver on.
All right. I want to bring up this comment from David, who is the owner of Rising Stars Women's Wrestling. Abaddon is an awesome champion. She promotes her shows. Book Abaddon.
Amen.
She really does go all out. 100%. All right, next question. What is your recruitment strategy for new talent? Every professional wrestler should be listening to this. Tim?
Right now, I'm struggling. Let me tell you, being out of the loop for so long and trying to figure out social media. I'm starting to figure this thing out. It's coming around. It's helping a little bit. And then word of mouth. There's a few others floating around that have older guys that I've known for years that are, help out with that for me. Robbie's been around a little while. He's kind of pointed a few folks out here and there. And that's the big thing for me.
All right. Rob Father?
Man, I bet P, when I look for new talent, I'm looking for the guy that's doing all that social media posting. I'm looking for the lady that's promoting herself and promoting the business. I'm looking for somebody that shows up on time. I'm looking for somebody that helps set up the ring. I'm looking for somebody who pushes the broom at the end of the night and not being asked. I'm looking for them type of person that is eager to work and eager to put themselves over as long as they put the business over as well and make it make sense. That's what TNR is looking for.
Okay. Neil?
Just marketability is a big thing. What does their gear look like? What does their presence look like? Their online presence look like? The online presence is a big thing with me. Because being on social media, yes, is a good thing and having a presence, but what are you putting out there? What are you posting about? Are you promoting your brand? Are you pushing some other agenda? Are you or what have you. So I look at that quite a bit. Commitment, work ethic, just stuff of that nature. Just promoting where you are, where you're going. Just a little bit of all that is stuff that I typically look for.
Okay.
Papa, look at hold on a minute there. I don't mean to catch up. Look at Serena's comment. Y'all don't think it ain't hard, like Tim was talking about getting talent? Serena knows what it's like. I don't know if you guys use Serena like I do, but like for getting somebody up in the north, anywhere, we messaged 80 women in 2 days.
Wow.
Two responses in 80 women. She's not hesitating. 80 women in 2 days, and I got 2 responses.
Wow.
That's good response. Hey man, think about it. I mean, honestly, you could do 100 and not get anybody to respond back to you.
That is true.
At least you had 2.
I guess they didn't want to work, huh?
I guess not.
Joe?
I don't recruit.
You don't?
No, absolutely not. I've got enough of a talent pool to choose from, whether it be the NWA talent or whether it be just local talent.
Okay.
However, the one thing that I get a lot of, and this is literally on a daily basis, sometimes 10 or 15 different guys or gals are emailing me or whatever, and they want to know how to get into Joe Kazana Promotions. But the one thing that a lot of the wrestlers don't realize is none of us, that's everybody here, on this call, I'm sure, we don't have time to sit around and watch 100 minutes worth of promos and crappy matches or, whatever. I tell them all the time. And if any of the talent out there is listening, this is how we want it. And I'm not speaking for the rest of you, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But when it comes to a promo, send me 30 seconds, no more, no less. If you want to send me match stuff, send me highlights. Do not send me a 30-minute match of you versus Joe Blow in a cage match, with a chair on a pole so you can grab a coal miner's glove. I don't want to see that. I want to see what your highlights are. If you're a babyface, show me what you do. If you're a heel, show me what you do. Do it in 2 minutes or less.
Okay.
That's what I want.
I like that strategy.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, as far as recruiting, it's not difficult for us to get the talent. Like I said, we're very, very lucky, to be an NWA territory, but we're also very lucky to be in the state of Tennessee, where the wrestling is second to none, and there's talent everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Logan?
For me, it's a lot like Rob said. Marketability, are you going to help put up, tear down the ring? Are you going to be there on time? Can we get respect, get, good promos out of you to promote the show, help with flyers around some of the areas that are harder to reach sometimes if you live out of town? It's a lot of that. Are you going to stay on script? Are you going to be able to deliver in the ring and leave the fans wanting more? That's a lot of what we're looking for is, to not only elevate yourself, but elevate the company as well.
Okay. Last question. We'll start with Tim. What are your goals for your company's future?
First and foremost, get back on television. And I want SCW to be my shoot job. That's my goal. And of course, with that, it increases everybody around, all the talent, everybody improves, everybody makes money because it's about money. That's short of it.
Okay. Rob Father.
Shoot, my goals is just put asses in the seats so I can make money. So I can reach them goals like Kim's talking
Right.
about. You got to have asses in the seat to make them goals, you know? So that's my goal is just put asses in the seats. Find that particular person or persons that can put asses in the seat to make that happen.
Okay. Neil?
I want to see one of my people signed. That's really a goal. As much as to promote EPW and build the brand, which I definitely want to do. You know, we constantly do that. It's a lot about our talent. To me, it's about our talent and trying to promote our talent, which I feel like if you have talented people and you promote talented people, then everything else kind of falls into place. But I would really love to see some of our dressing room end up on a bigger platform, whatever that is, whether that's NWA, AEW, WWE, whatever. I would just like to see some of our talent elevated and put into positions that I think they're ready for. I really do.
Joe?
Well, that falls back into bringing Joe Kazana over to your territory. And
Here we go.
I mean,
Here we go.
I mean,
that's called recruiting, guys.
he's not wrong.
I don't know if it's recruiting or a sales pitch. I don't know.
Well, it's both of them. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all salesmen.
Oh,
We
yeah.
wouldn't be doing
That's
what
right.
we're doing.
That's the truth.
You know, so no, but I mean, you talk about getting your people signed. I mean, you had Tom over there, you had AJ over there, you had Casey over there. I mean, that's a beginning. But the one thing that all of you can tell your talent, if you all have somebody that really is good enough to be with the NWA or whoever, try to get in touch with the territories closest to you. You know, because I mean, that's the way to get into the main show is to come through the territory. I mean, you come through my territory or you go through KFW. You got World League, which is in Missouri. You know, that's Harley's old place up there. You got Rodney and Jazz out in Texas. So I mean, you've got some territories that are close by. And Dink, we got one in Chicago and Cleveland, and so I mean that's the way to get your talent. If you've got somebody that's good enough, I'm sure any of us would be more than happy to take a look at what you got. Because I mean it's like we've always talked about. We're always looking, for talent. But as far as my long-term goals, I'm like a lot of you guys. I mean, we're trying to make money. That's why we're in this business. Is we want to make money. We want to put the asses in the seats like you're talking about. I just want to make NWA Joe Kazana Promotions the best territory out there. I mean, we're all good. But we all got our niches as far as the 6 territories in the NWA. We all do different things, and we're all pretty good at what we do. But I just want to make our territory the best that we can be. And the rest of it'll fall into place.
Okay. Logan?
For me, it's finding a permanent venue for us. So that way we can run and continue to give wrestling action to more of the central Arkansas area, which is where Cersei's at. There was a very big vacuum that was left when this other smaller promotion shut down earlier this year. And that's what we're trying to fill. And, I'm wanting to get that venue, put those asses in the seats, and just give entertainment back to this area, because, you got wrestling all over Arkansas with TNR and SEW, with Batesville and Leechville, wrestling with Pride and Paragould. You've got Vapors down in Little Rock Benton area, all these great promotions. And Cersei's kind of just that empty hole right now where there's nothing there. So, that's the goal, is to give continue to give Cersei a wrestling promotion that they can go to on their Saturday nights every other month, bi-monthly, and just enjoy some family time and to watch some good old wrestling. So yeah, finding a venue and putting those asses in seats, that's the goal right now.
All right. I wanted to bring this question up from Abigail for an open forum. What's your favorite thing about being an owner?
Another loaded question.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it, says Rob Father.
Don't do it.
What about you, Neil?
The perception that we're all rich overnight. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Same thing here. The perception, just because I'm in NWA territory, doesn't equate into the 10,000 seat arena.
All right.
He's coming to me for bookings, everybody, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
He's doing it by the book, though.
Yeah, we're doing it by. Yeah, I got to get the book. The book got destroyed. I done told you that's the third one. I'm working.
He can't afford a book. He's a promoter.
Yeah,
how you afford a book?
Oh my God, Logan, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, I love all the answers that everyone's giving. I just like seeing all the different talent that come through the door. Whether I'm one of the talent or the owner, I just love seeing all the talent and what they go on to do. Honestly.
Awesome. Let me bring up this question. Wow, I really see the pride you look for in each wrestler in each individual category to best understand or become wanted talent. Gina is the mother of Taylor York. If you're looking for a female wrestler, she is actually really awesome and good. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate everybody.
Thank you.
Coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Owner Summit Part 2 coming up tomorrow. Rob Father will be my special co-host. I want to bring up some flyers I have real quick.
Why does he get 2 nights?
Yeah.
I'm just special.
Why does he get 2 nights? Because he's the Rob Father? I mean, what is he?
Rob Father, buddy.
I mean, if he sends somebody up to your place, I mean, you're a New Yorker. You could take him out.
I could take him out. I'm sure Wrestling Presents When You Face Your Demons Haunted coming up October 18th. We got Sam Hain coming up, Part 3, right there in Atlanta, Joe.
Samhain. It's not Sam Hain.
It's not?
No, I got chastised 2 years ago when I called it Sam Hain.
Did you really?
Yeah, Jim Mitchell looked at me and he said, "It's called Samhain." Jim. Oh yeah, that's next week down in Atlanta.
Yeah, make sure.
And the Country Gentlemen and I, we will definitely be there. And if you guys just happen to run up on Power last night, you'll see exactly what we're going to be doing in Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Did you watch Power last night, Dink?
I did not.
Well, then you missed a hell of a show last night.
Oh man! All right, Battle for Bone Crusher. Benefit for James Bone Crusher Burchill. Neil, you want to talk about this real quick?
I don't know how to. So we'll be making an announcement about this show. The show will continue, but unfortunately, I found out right before we went on the air with this podcast that Bone Crusher actually passed away this afternoon about 6:00 Central Time. So, but the show will go on. It'll be a memorial to him, and we'll be probably putting some more information out about that very soon. Yeah. Well, he's going to be missed.
Thank you, Neil. All right, we got the Spook Show coming up on October 11th. So, like you said.
That is this weekend. Crazy Steve from TNA will be with us. Abaddon from AEW. And then the Outbreak from JCW with Barnabas the Bazaar will be with us.
Barnabas is a good dude, man.
Oh, I love him. He's great. He is absolutely great. And so we're going to have a big it's our big Halloween TV taping this weekend, and it's always a little bit crazy. And based on this crew, you can tell. So we're a little over 50% sold out already. So we're looking for a good show this weekend.
Awesome. And then we have November to Remember for SCW. Check that out. 2 rings, 10 women, over 30 men. Oh my God. How's that going to work, Tim?
Chaos.
Kind of like Yeah, chaos. It'd be similar to the old war games.
Oh man! All right. The Outbreak will be up here in New York in November for the big event, doing a signing with a coffin. So you don't want to miss that, as well as Izzy Moreno and Lulu Lorena.
Barnabas coming up there too.
Yes, he's coming with them.
Put him in the
Yep.
coffin and tell him straight up. He said Joe Kazana said that Barnabas Collins always slept in a coffin. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I will actually. They I think they're coming on next week on the podcast, so I'll bring it up.
Yeah,
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Hold on, everybody, for a moment. Everybody else, I'll see y'all tomorrow for part B. Take care.